former president and convicted felon Donald Trump has chosen his new vice president. And MAGA is not happy. Of course, if they were happy about anything. Ohio's J.D. Vance was announced to be Trump's running mate on Monday, much to the delight of billionaires, but not so much for some of Trump's fans. In fact, one said, this is February. Cal, a self-described MAGA supporter and mom of 3, said, I thought we weren't doing anti-Trump rhinos this time. I am so confused. The MAGA mom was just one of dozens of other conservative Americans who confessed themselves unimpressed by Vance's political 180 from a never-Trump guy to one of his most active allies. Trump supporter Ian Smith compared Vance to former Vice President Mike Pence. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Comparing him to, Mike Pence. I mean, come on, hang my pants, hang my pants. Now he says, quote, hope he turns out to be much more trustworthy. Really? Again, this is the guy who's had a mob after him trying to kill him on January 6th because he wouldn't do something that wouldn't have done anything to help Trump anyway. Okay, all right. Smith continues by saying, are you trustworthy, J.D. Vance? You were a never-Trumper within 5 years. Another, Jamie Mitchell, who is the leader of the Gays Against Groomers, which is an extremist hate group, called the decision, quote-unquote, unfortunate. Another says, Vance has been disloyal to Trump in the past, and he'll do it again. I'm so disappointed. Other words used to describe the decision were, quote, terrible, nightmare, and yuck. I don't know why yuck, but okay. Now, that said, MAGA World, some in MAGA World were defending the decision. In fact, conservative pundit Joey Manorino tried to do a little bit of copium here over a man who once called Trump America's Hitler. Quote, who better to make the case to on-the-fence voters about how they should come on board? He's a convert to the faith, and he'll preach to the new choir. Yes, they're actually using that terminology. I mean, it's not like they're not already getting called a cult. Now they're just using that, brand new convert to the faith, preaching to the new choir. Okay. Now, that said, that bit of copium was pushed back on just a little bit. Nate Pickens responded saying, I still don't think he was the best choice. Trump has the edge and doesn't need to be pandering with his VP pick. Someone like Vivek would have been way more hardcore on reducing the swampage. No, but this is pretty swampy, and I do got to give him that. That is very, very, J.D. Vance is a very swampy pick, and I'll explain how. Now, the Lincoln Project also went after Trump for picking Vance, saying, how brave / stupid of J.D. Vance to accept the VP position after Trump and MAGA's treatment of the last guy. Yes. Now, there was one commenter, and several, by the way, that picked up on something that I had immediately noticed after the announcement. In fact, I'll show you that. Saves money on campaign materials with this one simple trick. Oh, now, of course, this is what I had posted. Only for the name. Only for the name. Because it's just easier to put on a sign. Great minds think alike. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Trump, to get serious about this, Trump enjoys nothing more than cucking people. I know, right? J.D. Vance was once a Trump critic, now turned slavish devotee, and there is nothing that Donald Trump does not love more than that. Okay? That's, I think, one of the main reasons that he was chosen. Not the main reason, but one of the reasons. Now, the others, turns out that you had Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, and David Sachs all whispering Vance's name into Trump's ears, as well as both of his sons, Eric and Donald Jr. So a lot of internal pressure here, but I think mainly it's the billionaires. Because what do you call it when the billionaires influence your decision? Could it be the swamp? Maybe? Because, I don't know, this seems a little swampy, this decision. In fact, The Daily Beast Will Neal writes that Musk and Sachs are themselves part of a wider cabal of tech billionaires who pledged to pour money into a political committee in support of Donald Trump's third bid for presidency. Other donors to the America PAC, as it is known, include Palantir founder Joe Lonsdale and Crypto Bro twins Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. Oh boy. You know what that means. You got billionaires that are funding and pulling for Trump. That means terrible things for the average worker. In fact, a lot of unions came out against it. In fact, this is the AFL-CIO, calls Vance's pick a corporate CEO's dream and a worker's nightmare. Jake Johnson of Common Dreams points out that Vance had opposed congressional efforts to strengthen labor union organizing rights, allowed corporate lobbyists to influence his legislating, and raked in donations from elites he claims to despise. Of course. Sarah Nelson, president of the Association of Flight Attendants CWA, writes, "This ticket isn't pro-worker or pro-union. It's the billionaire ticket through and through." Then you have Service Employees International Union President April Verrett writing, "The truth is that Senator Vance's loyalties lie with the Wall Street bankers and Silicon Valley billionaires who have bankrolled his political career." And of course, let's mention Peter Thiel. Yes. Now, Verrett writes, "Together, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance will seek to protect the wealthy and corporations while enacting their insidious Project 2025 agenda." Now, apparently named Agenda 47. There's a stark contrast between Biden and Harris, who have backed workers and taken action to lower prices and raise wages, and Trump Vance, who sided with price gouging, union-busting corporations. So, look, yes, I criticize President Biden. I still think we've had a lot of good things happen when it comes to labor rights in the NLRB. So, I mean, you know, we've had those good things. Could it be stronger? It could always be stronger. It could always be better. But you know what? It's better than what we'll have under Trump. Okay. And I know that's sometimes it's a pretty low bar. I can understand, you know, where people will respond in that way and point that out. And yes, true. But good Lord, we gotta have something, right? That said, I find it absolutely hilarious that people on the right are angry with Vance for the simple fact that he was not loyal to Donald Trump from day one. Most politicians, I don't know if you know this, but most politicians don't really tell you what they really believe. They generally hide things and they go. In fact, most Republicans actually hate Donald Trump, but they swear fealty to him because it's power. It's power. They're drawn to power. J.D. Vance is drawn to power, and he's going to use that power to help his donors. And so back when it was more popular, or at least when you had Republicans that were against Donald Trump that thought that he was a joke candidate back in 2015, before he enamored the entire Republican base, you had the elites like J.D. Vance that were laughing at him and telling, "Oh, what a terrible person that Donald Trump is. What a joke." Now they're lining up and apparently are his pick for VP. So, yeah, they're the converts, but not really, because the only thing they're always looking out for is themselves. So, that said, you got people on the right that, yeah, they're kind of right when it comes to J.D. Vance, but it's just, I mean, to me, I just find it insane that this is the reason you don't like J.D. Vance, and not the fact that he is going to help corporations make your life worse. I mean, picking J.D. Vance is Trump basically signaling to the billionaires and corporations, my administration, if we get into power, we are absolutely 100% ready to serve you. And in so doing, to serve ourselves off the backs of the average American worker. When it comes to working issues or workers' issues, and when it comes to things that matter most, Trump will always continue to show you that he is never going to truly be on your side. He's always going to be in the side of the billionaires. It's class solidarity above everything else. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.